Hey everyone, my name's Noah,
My name's Austin.
and we're the Meta Collectors. And today we have another video for you. It is our top 10 Cryptid Nation cards. It's because second edition's coming out. Get this top 10 list out. These are the cards you're going to want to look out for. And let's just get right into it. And we'll start with my number 10.
Sure.
And it's Mothman. Not this Mothman, but this one. And this is a Mothman. A little cheating here because it comes in a blister. But
That counts.
three Aura Mothman. This card, I mean, I'm just gonna let you talk about it. Tell us why this card's so good.
Well, spoiler alert, he made my list a
Okay.
little bit higher than you, not gonna lie, because we've got deck tech coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
He's included 3 aura,
Yeah.
like 90 or 100 life points. He does a crazy amount of damage. His attack paralyzes. But the main thing is, when he's in play, all opposing BCs that come in scared. So it's just a 50% chance that you attack with them, you use their abilities, and they don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised you only have him at number 10, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of good cards. So
There's a lot of good cards, and if you guys haven't seen our other deck tech videos, watch those. We're doing ones with the new theme decks now, so you can get right into it. Watch those videos. All right, what's your number 10?
my number 10, I'm gonna throw a shout out to all of the super strong, high damage 1-drops. In particular, the Sewer Gator.
Mm-hmm.
You run 10 of him. You look at his Terra bonuses, and he's doing like 100 damage.
Yeah, it's nuts.
As a 1-drop, Giant Salamander, same boat. You play the Forest, and he's doing 75 damage. You can run like 6 of him. I'll leave one out in particular, but this
We'll
might be a
get to
little
it
hint.
later.
Roperite is also included 1-drop. Taps for mana and has tribal boost, so like
Just insanely
Yeah.
powerful. All right, so my number 9. You mentioned Roperite. I'll mention another Forest Aura card. Mine's Growth. For 2 Aura, you get to bookmark 5 pages. Let's draw 5 cards, people. That card is nuts. Now, the reason why it's only number 9 is because it does cost 2 Forest Aura, so you're very limited in the decks it can go in. But the decks it goes in just makes it another powerhouse card. This card is insane. You definitely want to play it. All right, Austin, number 9.
my number 9 is a tie. And I'll just go ahead and say it. I believe I'd be willing to bet that they make the list quite higher up on. But I'm talking about Quetz, and I'm talking about Loveland.
You think it's offensive that I had Mothman that low on the list? I'm offended
I mean,
that
fair
those
enough,
are
fair
that
enough,
low
fair
on your list. All right, so number 8, Austin, what you got?
My number 8 is what I was talking about earlier. I left one of the 1-drops out.
Oh, wow.
The best one, in my opinion, and that's Gamaru.
Gummerow.
So annoying. If you're not playing fire, he bounces stuff to your hand. He's doesn't take combat damage. Again, you can play 5 or 6 of him, something like that.
You can
Like
play 5.
5 of them, dude.
Yeah.
Forget it. So annoying. Bounce your
dumb.
artifacts, bounce your
I'll
creatures,
stop,
get everything out of here.
I'll stop you there because we're going to talk about Gummerow in a little bit.
Okay,
I'll,
all right.
I'll dive into that one. But my number 8, Icy Path.
Okay.
2 Frost Aura. Just controls the board. If you haven't watched our Frost Water Aura deck tech, watch that video. We explain in depth why Icy Path is so good.
Most
It-
annoying card in the game.
It is a staple.
I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah, you think Smoky Spirits is annoying? Wait till you get Icy Path and your attack goes to another creature. It's gonna break your heart
Or an artifact.
and your bones. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yep.
All right, my number 7. We'll just go to my
Sure.
number 7 and we'll go to yours. My number 7 is Loveland Frogman.
Okay, I knew it. I knew it.
2 Water Aura for a card that's going to sit and play and control the game, quite frankly. It's going to sit there. You're going to draw an additional card on each of your turns. And not only that, you can use its power to give something sleep, poison, paralyze, all this stuff. And now it's important to note that poison is not damage. It is life loss.
Yep.
So that sleep indication counter,
Sticks.
not getting removed. Card is unreal. You combo that with some lightning in the bottles and smoky spirits to protect it, like we saw in the top 3 deck lists from the recent Caster Society tournament. Shout out to those guys. You've got a making for a really powerful spell book. So Loveland Frogman, number 7. What is yours?
My number 7 is a little bit hotter. It's in fire. If you're playing a fire deck, you're gonna want to use him. Piazza Bird. Just not only does he do a ridiculous amount of damage, 125 damage if you have desert, I believe. 75 damage applies burn normally. But every flame beastie or spell or any flame thing you got costs 1 less. That's just insane given the amount of power and efficiency you have from all of the 1-drops, which are now free.
It's a little bit balanced, though, because you can only play one, right?
No. All.
Oh, my God.
You play Piazza Bird, and you have giant salamanders and some Fatal Fallis in your hand, you just drop your whole hand into play.
Nuts. Nuts. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that makes sense. Go ahead and tell me what your number 6 is, also.
My number 6, built a new spirit deck recently. Quite a very strong spell. It is Morpheus.
Didn't we just get done talking about sleep counters?
We did. Yep. This one, though, 1 aura. Target beastie is put to sleep. You don't even flip the coin. It just put him to sleep. Tell them why that's annoying.
Well, you see, if something is asleep, it's not waking up. It's like a Snorlax. You have to have a particular situation to occur for that thing to wake up. It has to be attacked or it has to take damage. That means you either have to cast like a burn spell on your own beastie, or you have to do something because your opponent's certainly not going to do it for you. And basically, it's like a solid removal spell. It's gone basically forever unless you have a way to do that, or you could play a card from Nightfall, like Webcaster MD. It will remove the sleep indication counter.
On top of that, too, the sleeped beastie receives double damage as well, so that also just makes the situation even harder to find because your 25 damage now is doing 50 damage, which is like...
It just makes it brutal.
Yeah.
But for me, number 6, he's mean, he's green, it's Gummaroo.
Okay.
Gummaroo, how you doing? Keep it moving. 10 damage, recoil, but he's got the tribal boost, and he can just bounce through things. Gummaroo is nasty. You can play against Flame, he will just automatically explode and die, but there's instances where you can protect him with your beasties. You can use things like Hoop Snake when it's in play to discard it to protect him. You can use Smoky Spirits. So there's ways to mitigate that. Gummaroo against a lot of other things is just nuts. That card is disgusting. Gummaroo at number 6. We're going to get into our top 5 now, and I'll start with my number 5. Probably, in my opinion, the best beastie in all of Cryptid Nation. You guys know what it is already. If you play in the tournaments, you know. Quetzalcoatlus.
Yep.
Fleet, first strike, flying, 60 damage, and it's going to confuse you, so you might not even, it's going to paralyze you, you might not even be able to attack back. This is just unfair. This card is nuts. Keep your families close and your radios closer, because you're going to need radio on your list so you don't get a beating by shout out to Metal Man of Alabama. My number 5, Quetzalcoatlus.
My number 5, we spoke about it a little bit ago, but it is the Mothman promo. So much efficiency coming out of 3 aura. He's just so strong, man. I'm a little bit biased because I used him a lot in one of my decks, and he's just so fun. So much use. 50% chance your opposing beastie's attacks, their abilities, just do nothing, and then they have to play him again next turn, which means they're fatigued next turn. So, like, so much value there at 3 aura. It's just insane.
It's nuts. All right, number 4, Austin.
My number 4 is Icy Path.
Yeah, I mean...
I put it up there only because I don't use it. He uses it against me, and so anytime I'm like, all right, I'll attack here, and he goes, nah, you're going to attack there, and it just makes you attack your own beastie, attack yourself, remove an artifact that you just don't even see it coming.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Alaskan Vortex. You destroy a beastie for 4 aura, you get to return your Icy Path from your cemetery to your hand. It's just brutal. It's so much fun, though. Try it out. Watch our deck tech video. You're going to love it.
Yep.
All right, my number 4. This is going to be crazy because how high we put it on our other list. But the artifacts. Now, I need to make a comment here and explain that we're lumping Chaos Crystal into the artifacts list, even though it's
just no, it's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better. It's in some matchups it's worse, but in
25
a lot of
life points.
but in a lot of matchups it's better because a lot of the time the beast you're playing on turn 1, shout out to Sewer Alligator, Salamander, and other friends from Nightfall, they're just going to be able to deal 50 damage anyway. So
right, or you're just going to have a way to save it anyway.
Yeah.
So saving at 50 and saving at 25, you're going to save it either way.
The explosive turns are worth it. So for me, number 4, artifacts. What do you have?
My number 3 is artifacts.
What's your number 4, though? I'm on
my 4 was Icy Path.
Right, yeah, sorry.
Getting confused.
Yeah. Just like
all right, number 3, or artifacts. It's just play them. You got to play them. They're so good. Not only you got to play them, you got to save them. Is a little bit of a downside, but I mean, it just is totally worth it.
Yeah.
Drop those things down on turn 1, use them for turn 2. It's like,
Yep. My number 3, power up.
number 3. All
Red.
right. Okay.
So there's a dichotomy that happens in the game where if your opponent has power up red and you don't, a lot of times if you can't answer it, you're just dead. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. Power up red is this obnoxious card. It's just super annoying. You just play it and you're like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do?
Yep.
I'm just going to die. I'm just going to die. Doesn't matter what really BC you put it on. I'm just going to make it absurd. Power up red. You're going to be powered up dead. That's my number 3.
My number 2 is Power Up Red. Big surprise there. It's just insane. You got to play it. I mean, it's like just put it in like every single deck, honestly. If you don't have one and your opponent does, you're not immediately going to lose because you can play Morpheus to sleep it. You can use some removal. If you remove the creature it's on, it gets taken away with it. But the whole point is you're going to need... It's not like I might have to find an answer to this. It's like I have to find an answer to this. Otherwise, you're toast. So, so good.
Yep.
So good.
All right, my number 2.
Okay.
Smoky Spirits is OP. But how about Lightning in a Bottle?
Okay. All right.
Lightning in a Bottle is a card that's just unbelievable. Awaken a Beastie, give it first strike. Do not sleep on the fact that it gives your Beastie first strike. That is nuts. You can play it in any deck because it costs 0 aura. It's just... Tell me about it.
Well, drum roll, please, because I'll reveal my number 1. My number 1 is Lightning in a Bottle. So, I've got a Napa Rebobs deck. You'll see it here in the future.
Shout out to the guys that played the TK deck.
Spoiler alert, it runs all 5 Lightning in a Bottles, and it's just insane the amount of damage. Because you attack, you play Lightning in a Bottle, you attack again. You play Lightning in a Bottle, you attack again. You can use BC's abilities twice. They untap, you use their ability, Lightning in a Bottle, use the ability again. It's just insane. Play a card fatigued, Lightning in a Bottle, use its ability that same turn. So good. It's insane.
So I can't help but notice you totally forgot a card existed in Cryptid Nation. And I'm going to tell you why.
What I missed.
It's number 1. As a card game player, there's one thing I love to do above everything else, and that is draw cards. My number 1 is Bookmark.
Okay.
1 colorless aura, draw 2
That's
cards.
fair.
You can play it in any deck, just like Lightning in a Bottle, but man, there's... As good as Lightning in a Bottle is, there's something about drawing cards that just makes me feel good deep inside, and Bookmark just really hits the spot. So I believe that wraps it up for our top 10 cards from Cryptid Nation. Anything to say, Austin?
Thank you guys for being so supportive. Honestly, we're closing in on 100 subs already.
In 1 month.
In a month.
In one month.
We're moving. So we appreciate all the feedback. Let us know what you guys want to see, as always.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
For real.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching. See ya.